In this video, we are going to talk about the flaky test cases and how to debug those test cases, right? So, first of all, what is flaky test, right? So, the test which sometimes fails or sometimes get passed automatically, right? Without any reason or without any change in the code. That test we consider as a flaky test, right? And it's very important to fix those test cases. Reason being is that whenever you have to provide any kind of sign off or you have to provide feature related things, right? So it's impossible to rely on the test results if any test case is getting failed due to flakiness, right? So we are going to talk about the how we can fix those test cases and what are the debugging steps, right? So here I have mentioned couple of the things, right, for debugging those flaky test cases. The first one is that review error logs for specific pattern and messages, right? So it's very important that whenever a test case fail, we should check the logs for that, right? So that we can identify what is the actual problem, whether it's due to some element not found or whether it's due to some element not present, right, or maybe any other regions, right? So we have to specifically check the logs, right, and the messages. Maybe the assertions are not matching, right? We are looking for some true or false values, but the things are not coming in a correct way, or message error message is different, right? The second thing can possible is that basically it can change due to the some web app updates, right? Or maybe some developers have some change in the code and we are not aware about that, right? So we have to track all of those things. The third thing is verify the test environment configuration remain unchanged, right? If there is any change in the environment, test environment, maybe related to some kind of config change or maybe related to any other things, then these things can impact the test cases, can get impacted due to those things, right? And basically we have to run our test cases in an isolation environment to identify consistent versus intermittent failures, right? So the automation environment ideally should be in isolation so that no new changes can be deployed on that without any QA's consent, right? So that if there are new changes are coming onto that environment, QA should be aware, and according to the new changes, we should have to fix our test scripts or we should have to fix our locators or anything, right? So that's why it's very important that we should have a separate isolation environment for our automation testing, right? And leverage debug mode to pinpoint exact failure points, right? We have to should have debug mode enabled, right, while our testing so that we can get the exact failure points, right? These are the couple of things, right, we can take care of those while debugging our flaky test cases, right? And this is a kind of a tip, right, that we should have our test cases running regularly, maybe on the daily basis or maybe on the nightly jobs, right? So that we can monitor them and we can regularly run those test cases and catch the issue earlier, right? Okay, thank you.